What's up, VolleyON together? My name is Nolan Albrecht, and I'm the head men's coach at Belmont Abbey College. First off, I hope everyone is safe and sound at home. And something we're going to talk about today is something you can do at home and throughout the rest of your career as an athlete. Okay, we're going to be talking about watching film. We're going to debunk 3 myths, and we're going to talk about the appropriate responses to those myths. The first myth is only watch your mistakes when you're watching film. That's the only way you can get better, is fixing your mistakes. Okay, that's a myth. Yes, you can learn a lot about yourself on watching your bad plays, on your missed serves, on your bad blocks, on your mistakes. You can learn a lot. You can learn about where you were. But you can also learn a lot on your good plays, making a good swing from the outside and tooling the block. How did you get there? What position were you in? Were you on balance? Was your approach taking you straight to the ball? So it's not only about breaking bad habits, but it's also about building on the strengths that you already have and using those to your advantage. So yes, very important to stop mistakes, but it's almost more important to build on your strengths. Okay, that's the first thing. Second myth, watching yourself is the only way to get better. That's a myth because there are plenty of better volleyball players than you out there, and if you watch them and see what they do to make themselves great, oftentimes it's not simply their physicality. Oftentimes it's not the fact that they're 6'9" and they touch 12'6", and that's why they're a pro. I bet you can find somebody out there who shares your same body type and shares your same position. Maybe it's somebody who's 6'6", very lengthy, not a big jumper, and they are really, really crafty with their shots. If that's the person and the body type and the physicality you have, try and watch them and see what they do very well. If you are a tall libero, try and watch another tall libero. If you're a short libero or a short setter, try and find somebody that can do a lot of the same stuff physically as you, but maybe their mental game and their skill touch is what puts them above and what separates them from everybody else. There's not one size fits all type of volleyball skill. You're gonna have to be the best player you can be. And so sometimes pulling from these professional players or pulling from these high-level collegiate players that are very similar to you can be a huge advantage and a huge boost to your game. Okay, and then the third myth is only watch your contacts on the ball. So only watch when you're hitting it at some way. That is a myth entirely, because everything leading up to your contact is gonna make your contact great or terrible. So as you are going up to the ball and you're watching your serve, and as Coach Pavlik was talking about, you're making sure you're tossing that ball out and in front of you and you're landing in the same spot every time. Half of that doesn't have anything to do with the contact. It has everything to do with the stuff leading up to it, your toss, your approach, and your landing. So as you're watching film, don't just watch the contact on the ball, don't just watch the touch, and don't only watch when you're doing it. Watch where you set up around the block. Watch your positioning before the other team serves the ball. Watch some of those stuff. See if you're on balance more than off balance, and see if you've lined up in the right spot defensively. And it looks like we're in a timeout right now, but I guess the final tip I want to give is always watch film with a pen or pencil and something to write on. As you're watching film of yourself, don't let the same stuff keep happening every tournament or every practice that you have. Write down some stuff that you want to fix and some stuff you want to get better at, and try and apply those to your next practice session or your next time out in the backyard when you're serving against the garage or over your net. So if you are filming yourself and you're seeing every time you release the ball, one hand is moving more than the other, or one thumb is way too far forward and so it's causing a lot of double contacts, write it down and try and change it, try and get better at that. And so at some point you're gonna be watching yourself on film after you've done this for a little while, and the notes you're gonna be making are a lot different than the notes you've been making at the beginning. So initially it could be, I wanna watch myself serve 10 balls in a row in the court, and that's a great goal if that's the level you're at. And at a certain point it's gonna be, I wanna hit high line off the right side blocker's hands 5 times this practice. And that could be a collegiate or a professional goal. But those are the kind of goals on the experience level and on the amateur level that you need to be making. And the best way to do that is with pen and a paper and writing it down as you're watching yourself play. So I encourage you guys to try that. If you don't have any match film, go outside, toss the ball up to yourself, take a couple swings, record it, and see if it looks the same over 10 swings. If it looks the same and it's very consistent over 10 swings, that's good. Move on to passing, move on to setting. Try and find some consistency while you can, and then when you get into the gym, chances are it's gonna look a little bit better. So thanks for listening, and I hope you and your family are safe, and hopefully we get back out on the volleyball court soon. Thank you.